Hello, I'm Jess. I'm an English and French student at St John's and I'm just about to have a tutorial on Rabelais, a 16th century author, with Rowan Tomlinson.
Hi, my name's Caroline. I'm a finalist at St Anne's and I'm reading French, and I'm also just about to have a tutorial on Rabelais.
I thought I'd begin by just checking in with you about what lectures you've been going to which you think are pertinent to Rabelais, the author.
I did go to an English lecture on basically on the Reformation and kind of the religious background, which has been very useful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but more
providing
general
you with,
things.
Yeah, but providing you with context.
Yeah, exactly.
Background to the religious wars and the changes. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I've been to Dr Williams's lecture on Rabelais, which I didn't make it to last year.
Okay. And what kind of things has he covered?
He looked quite a lot of biblical references, which is quite interesting, the way in which Rabelais sort of subverts the biblical, which is particularly exciting. And I also went to a Renaissance satire lecture.
Okay, excellent. So was that contextualising the way that Rabelais uses satire compared to other authors? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't particularly specific to Rabelais, but it was quite useful for a general overview.
Okay, well what I'd like to do now is ask Jess if you could briefly summarise your essay for us.
I begin with a definition of porte-parole by this fantastic guy who wrote a dictionary of French and English in 1611.
Brilliant, I was really pleased that you used that.
Yeah, he's amazing. I only discovered it recently. So.
It's online, isn't it?
It's online, yeah. Which is
I mean,
fantastic.
it's in the Taylor Library as well, but,
yeah.
but it's also available online.
Yeah, and
yes,
St John's has a copy.
Does St John's have its own copy? I mean, he's wonderful. Are you familiar with Randall?
I'm not, no.
Okay, Randall Cotgrave. So he wrote this dictionary for English people, which was a French to English dictionary, and it's kind of our best source for the 16th century language in terms of the dictionaries that are available, because though the 16th century was a century when dictionaries and lexicography were emerging, lots of the dictionaries were actually translating Latin into French or Greek into French or Greek into Latin. So this is a really great resource.
Yeah. So, okay, well, I begin by saying that Panurge is the one out of all the Pantagruelians that most obviously thinks in narrative. So I'll talk about his love for narrative, but which actually has quite unappealing aspects, particularly for a modern reader, in terms of real misogyny, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, this is partly generic, but yeah, I don't think you can excuse it.
So he likes to tell stories at every opportunity, but some of these
are really
hard to digest for the modern reader.
Certainly.
Do you think they were hard to digest for the reader of the 16th century as well?
I think they probably were. I mean, I think they're deliberately provocative, but at the same time, Panurge gets away with it every time almost because it's presented in this sort of humorous way. I mean, even sort of tragic moments, like so in the storm, we feel quite a lot of pity towards Panurge. He's absolutely terrified, but at the same time, we kind of feel that somehow this tragedy is offset by the comedy. So I think going back to Screech, he says that Panurge is sort of an amoral character, really. I'm not sure if that is true, but almost the moral dimension is kind of neutralised.
The narrative you're talking about in particular is the story of Panurge's attempt to woo a woman, a high-born woman in Paris, isn't it? Okay, we'll have to stop there, I think, then. Have you got any questions or things unresolved?
No, I think being unresolved is possibly...
Unresolved is maybe the way. Okay, thanks very much.
Okay, cheers.